Far across the ocean, on a small island in Southeast Asia, a great disaster struck. Montro, a mighty Komodo dragon, watched in fear as his home was devastated by a massive earthquake and a raging tsunami. The island he knew so well was left in ruins, with no food or shelter to be found. Desperate to find a new place to call home, Montro set out on a journey to escape the destruction. As he wandered along the beach, Montro encountered a fiery red coconut crab named Icor. Icor was small but fierce, with pincers that could snap through anything in his path. "I have heard of a place where the land is lush and full of life," Icor said, his eyes glinting with determination. "It's called the Amazon rainforest, and it's on the other side of the world. We could make it our new home." Montro, eager to leave the devastation behind, agreed. Together, they began their journey across the vast ocean. Along the way, they met a clever purple octopus named Tempest, who had the unique ability to blend into her surroundings. Tempest was curious and adventurous, and when she heard about Montro and Icor's plan, she decided to join them. "I've traveled the seas and seen many things," Tempest said, her voice smooth like the ocean's waves. "But the Amazon sounds like a paradise. I'll help you get there." With Tempest's guidance, the trio traveled through the deep blue ocean, crossing great distances until they finally reached the shores of South America. The Amazon rainforest was everything they had hoped for, lush, green, and full of life. But their arrival was far from peaceful. Deep in the heart of the Amazon, Coqui, the energetic little Coqui frog, and Tito, the wise and steady Galapagos tortoise, were enjoying a quiet day by the river. Coqui was leaping from leaf to leaf, his bright eyes taking in the beauty of the jungle, while Tito basked in the warmth of the sun, his shell gleaming in the light. Their peaceful day was suddenly interrupted by the sound of crashing trees and the earth shaking beneath their feet. The jungle animals began to flee in panic as Montro, Icor, and Tempest swarmed through the rainforest, causing destruction in their wake. Montro used his immense strength to knock down trees and tear through the underbrush, clearing a path for himself. Icor scuttled through the jungle, snapping his powerful pincers and tearing apart vines and branches. Tempest, hidden by her camouflage, used her tentacles to disrupt the natural balance of the jungle, pulling down fruit from the trees and scaring away the smaller creatures. "This is terrible!" Coqui exclaimed, "They're destroying everything." "We can't let them continue," Tito said, his voice full of resolve. "But we'll need help to stop them." Coqui and Tito called upon their friends, Chewy, the mighty blue whale who lived nearby and could store massive amounts of water, Eldora, the eagle with sharp eyes and a keen sense of justice, Vado, the clever Indian fox who knew every trick of the jungle, and Tula, the wise old turtle who had lived in the Amazon for decades. Tito laid out the plan. "Montro is strong, Icor is destructive, and Tempest is tricky. We'll need to use all of our strengths to stop them from tearing the jungle apart." The battle began at sunrise, with Coqui leading the charge. Using his incredible agility, he leaped from tree to tree, drawing Montro's attention and leading him away from the other animals. Montro tried to catch Coqui with his powerful jaws, but Coqui was too quick, dodging every strike and keeping the Komodo Dragon distracted. Eldora soared high above, using her sharp eyesight to spot Tempest, who was hiding among the foliage. Once she located the camouflaged octopus, Eldora dove down, screeching loudly to alert the others to Tempest's presence. Chewy, though far from the jungle, played a crucial role from the nearby river. He filled his massive body with water and unleashed powerful jets that flooded the area where Icor was causing chaos. The torrents of water created slippery mud that slowed down Icor, making it harder for him to continue his rampage. Vado, with his quick thinking, set traps to stop the intruders. He led Icor into a thicket of thorny vines that tangled the crab's legs. Meanwhile, Tula used her deep connection to the jungle to call upon the plants, urging them to grow quickly and form barriers of thick roots and vines trapping Montro. Despite their initial aggression, the invaders were soon outmatched by Coqui, Tito, and friends. Exhausted and trapped, the newcomers realized they couldn't win against the forces of the jungle. As the dust settled, Coqui approached the group, breathing heavily. "Why are you doing this?" Coqui asked, his voice filled with concern rather than anger. Montro looked up, his fierce expression softening. "We didn't come here to destroy," he admitted, his voice heavy with guilt. "Our home was destroyed by a terrible disaster, and we were just trying to survive. We thought the Amazon could be our new home, but we were so desperate that we didn't realize we were causing harm." Icor and Tempest nodded in agreement. Tito, ever wise and compassionate, spoke gently. "The Amazon is vast, and there is enough space for everyone," he said. "But you can't take what you want by force. If you work with us, we can find a way for you to live here peacefully, without hurting others." With the conflict resolved, Coqui, Tito, and their friends helped the newcomers find a new area in the jungle where they could live without causing harm. The newcomers were grateful and promised to respect the jungle and its inhabitants. As they settled into their new home, the trio realized that they didn't have to be destructive to survive. They learned to live in harmony with the rainforest, appreciating its abundance without causing further damage. Coqui and Tito, along with their friends, watched as the jungle returned to its peaceful state. The animals that had fled began to return, and the plants that had been damaged slowly began to heal. We did it, Coqui said, a smile spreading across his face. We saved the jungle and made new friends in the process. Tito nodded, his heart filled with pride. Today, we learned that even those who seem like enemies can become friends when we take the time to understand them. As the sun set over the Amazon, casting a golden glow over the treetops, Coqui, Tito, and their friends knew that they had made a lasting difference and the jungle was safe again.